Hi everyone and welcome to vlog number 8. So I'm gonna touch on basically the novel Push, which I didn't touch on Tuesday, and then I also watched a couple vlogs and I really just resonated with some thoughts and like had a couple things click between connections with Angels in America and the novel Push. So I will talk about that. So basically what I noticed reading the novel Push is that, especially around the second half, is that when you really see stability come into Precious's life. And it's really important that you have stability when you're growing up because, you know, there's so many things changing within yourself, but there's also so many things changing within, you know, your family and life. And how you perceive life is one thing, but how you deal with the cards that you're dealt is an even bigger challenge. And I think a lot of times if you don't have the proper support, then you can't, you know, really know yourself how to cope with those things. And you can either take what life gives you and make it the reason for all of your flaws and all of your failures, or you can find the light inside of the negative situation and find the light inside of, you know, that one thing you're doing that really gives you hope, and that then you use that as a drive to power through the hardest things in life. You know, personally, like, when I went through a part of my life like that was really unstable and I really just didn't, you know, things were unsettled, I would often find myself consistently trying to overcome things and then consistently feeling like I was being set back by another challenge. And, you know, every time I went to get a leg up, it was like, why is this happening? Like, why is it another thing? And I feel like I could really, you know, connect with Precious on that level where she felt the same way a lot of the time. And so I was just really able to relate to the fact that perseverance and stability are kind of one and the same. And you need someone to help support you, but more importantly, you need to find the hope and drive within yourself to continue to carry on with whatever life throws at you. So that's kind of my thoughts on the novel Push. But going into the reviewing of other blogs and connections between those is I watched Kristen Isherwood's blog, and I really appreciated the fact that she brought up how, you know, you saw different sides of AIDS. And one of the things that I was kind of trying to, you know, decipher myself was, okay, how does this fit into, you know, AIDS and AIDS being in America? And, you know, as you went through the book of Push, you did get to the point where Precious, you know, has AIDS and has to deal with that herself. But, you know, the gentrification of the mind and Angels in America are very heavy on the fact that this is what we're talking about, and this is the situation, is that there's AIDS in LGBTQ communities, and you know, that's what they're dealing with every day. Whereas in the novel Push, you really saw the other side of life and the things that can kind of happen, and then you were able to see that this is a young female dealing with AIDS, and it's not, you know, an adult dealing with it. And something else I really enjoyed was the fact that she brought up how the characters dealt with the situations differently. And that was something that I realized, I think, in the back of my mind, but I didn't really just be like, pin that and was like, oh wow. So like in Angels in America, you know, Lewis finds out Pryor has AIDS, and he just leaves it. Whereas in the novel Push, Precious, you know, tells her friends that she has AIDS, and all of a sudden they band together to help her, and they want to be her friend and they want to support her. So that's kind of what I have for you today, and I will see you all Tuesday.